Greetings, everyone. This is Elizabeth. Hello, hello. How are you all doing? We have Maureen Pryor. Hello. And Mr. Jim Eber and T from Not Afraid of Color, and Pam of PJB Stampa. Linda G. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. You guys, Craft by Jay is going to be hanging out with me next week, the 10th. Hope to see you there. So, yes, we're going to be playing with the new neon lunar paste. So, hang out with Jay and I on the 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern. My volume works, so we'll turn that down. Linda woke up at 2:30 a.m. Girl, I was still awake till 8 this morning. Stupid book. But, yeah. So, you guys, it's Wheel of Brands and Materials. And for all of you that don't know, I went and took the Wheel of Names, which is a free... it's a free wheel spinner thingy on the internet, wheelofnames.com. And I plugged in all the brands that I own. And then I put in all the materials that I owned and put in some fun things in there so that we could pull and have super random, kind of like, you guys know, Craft Roulette, only on a much weirder scale, much higher. We have, somebody just popped in, Laura Ann. Hello, hello, Miss Mary Alice and Melissa K. Janine. Hello, hello. I hope you're all doing wonderful. Oh, book hangovers are real. Yeah, I don't know. You guys, even through high school and on into the little bit of college I didn't read. They're like, here's your book assignment. And I'd be like, skip, okay, and be done. I used to drive my mom nuts because I'd like read the first few pages, a couple in the middle, and then the end. And I still get A's on all my tests, so... Darn the crafty visions. But recently I've been doing a lot of reading. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but kind of satisfying. So there you have it. And so I'm going to turn on my Wheel of Names. So I've got to do a couple of things. So we're going to turn on the wheel. There it is. I know it's tiny for you guys to look at because... well, there's a lot of stuff in there. There's 161 entries. I never delete anything, so it's a potential that we could pick it again. But if we pick it too soon, so say like last time we did Lawn Fawn, I would just respin because I don't want to do Lawn Fawn twice in a row. Although I could because they've got cute stuff. So we're going to spin it 4 times. Spinny, 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 spinny. And we're going to see what we have for our first thing. Watercolor pans. And we'll talk about all this stuff. I'm writing it down so I don't forget. Pans. Okay. And then I just close it. I do not remove it because, like I said, we can have it go again. So that's wheel number 1. And then wheel number 2, we have, what do we have? We have something, Cuttlebug, interesting. Those are going to be mostly dies and a few Cuttlebug. Did we have Cuttlebug the last time? No, we had to okay. So I have a couple of embossing folders and dies. I don't have any Cuttlebug stamps though. Stamplistic. Ooh, this is going to be interesting, you guys. Stamplistic. This one might be a hard one because my Stamplistic, I only have a few stamps. Okay, so our last spin, let's see what we get. Yes, embossing folders. That's the word I need. So Cuttlebug, embossing folders, and dies. Little Birdie stencil. Okay, so when I have a brand and then the word stencil, that's only because I don't have dies. I don't have stamps. So I only have Little Birdie stencil. Okay, Little Litt Birdie. I can't even spell BIRDY stencil. And actually, I think I only have one Little Birdie stencil. So let's close this out. Let's get you guys back on the screen here so I can see what I'm doing. We're going to turn that eyeball off, you guys. Okay, so watercolor pans. So watercolor pans, for me, I have an assortment. I have this one, which is sitting on my desk like all the time because it's got the shimmery goodness. These are watercolor pans, okay? But that also opens it up to my collection. So I have a whole assortment of these, and you know, I have not used them in a very long time. So we have a good assortment of color, so that's a plus. These are my Prima. I got them on clearance. At Hobby Lobby. And they're really vibrant and pretty. But yeah, I don't have the whole collection. There's some that I'm missing, but there it is. Okay, and then Cuttlebug. Let me think. We'll pull out our book of embossing folders, and then let's see. I'm pulling, you guys. Okay, we're looking. See, I know. No, it's not going to be in there. It's going to be maybe in here. Nope, those are animals. That is definitely not Cuttlebug. Cuttlebug. I know I have one die set of Cuttlebug. I gotta find it. I lost all my dies. I'm looking for my dies. I don't know where they went. Here we are. Okay, so that's Pink and Main. Those are letters. That's that. Here we go. Cuttlebug. Right there. Cuttlebug. I know, ooh, I think that's the only Cuttlebug die that I own. That's Doris. Yeah. That's that. Nope. Momenta. You guys, this is going to be so interesting. Okay. So there's Cuttlebug. Very interesting. So, yeah. Okay. And our stencil, I can pull that out pretty quickly while everything falls over. That's great. Okay. Cuttlebug. So, this is a Cuttlebug. That's a Cuttlebug. But I don't think those are going to work. This one's a little crown, a little desk, but they might. And we don't have to use everything from Cuttlebug. We look at our supplies for that particular brand, and then we can choose. So we're looking at our options. Lots of little things. Ooh, these might be fun. Those are Cuttlebug too. These are just little strippity ones. Cuttlebug. And then a lot of mine, oops, there's a Cuttlebug one. So we definitely have some options in our embossing folders. I like that. And our dies are not bad because we have like a bird and some scissors. So we've got Cuttlebug out. We've got our pan color. That's how we're going to color, is with those. And then our we're looking for our stencil for little birdie. Scrappy Boy, Stamperia, Honeybee, or Anthology, Lawn Fawn, Miss Ink. I should probably put these in alphabetical order. Ah, there's little birdie. This will be good because it's kind of grungy. This will go good. This will be good. So no. Okay, so for me, the machine, so I do have a Cuttlebug. So Pam is asking, if you use your Cuttlebug machine, can't you use any dies or embossing folders? No, because it's brands and materials, not tools. So I can use any tool I need to get the job done. So when I pull like Cuttlebug or Sizzix, I can't just use the machine and be like, oh, you know. So unfortunately, no. Nope. So yeah, just we're focusing on the actual materials that we can make that makes the thing. Okay, so we have that, and then Stamplistic. That one, I know I don't have a ton of. Oh, you know what? Oh, you guys, I do have some that I haven't used. So I've used this guy before. That's Stamplistic. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. That one. That one. Okay, that is all of my Stamplistic. But so we've got a little bit of choice. So now this is where the fun begins. We get to see what we're gonna do. So the reason you guys saw two of these is because I did buy the dies for this one. So Stamplistic is an actual store. You guys, does it say? No, it doesn't say where the store is. But you can look up Stamplistic. They're all over. Stamplistic.com. They have various nutcrackers. The kitty nutcracker. If Jay's watching, I'm sure Jay is like, what? I know, sir. Isn't he a handsome little kitty nutcracker? And I've never used it, and I've had it almost 2 years now, 3 years. Yeah, don't judge me. These guys, aren't these are just stamps, but aren't they just pretty? Like, I don't know. I really like their work. And then this one. This definitely would go with this, and it would go with all of this very nicely. We could just do like a little grungy thingy. But then I feel like if we get it a little bit grungy, we could put a thing on the front like this bear, because I feel that's because the bear has some bee on it and stuff. I kind of like this, like the little clock and these little thingies that aren't exactly. I think we're going to do this. I think we're going to do, we're not going to do an embossing folder, but we're going to do these. think we're gonna do these. You guys, I think we got it. I think we got it. I think we got it. Like the bear. Yes. Isn't he? My mom would have loved this too. She loves bears and she loves carousels. So I don't know if that's probably what drove me to the carousel ones, but my mom really loved carousels and bears. Bears, carousels, all the things. And you guys, it's got a little honey pot at the top with a couple little bees. Isn't that the cutest? So let's make sure we have everything. We're going to be coloring with some pan watercolors. We've got our item from Cuttlebug. We've got our items from Stamplistic. And then we have our little birdie. So next up, we're going to just set those aside because I'll pick colors in a little bit. We have paper ready. But I'm feeling like we need to do a little bit bigger card, because this is 5 by 7. That's what we're gonna do. But this being 4 1/4 by 5, right? Look at how big that is. Isn't that gorgeous? So these are like stamp and done kind of things, but we're gonna go bigger so that we could do a nice layer. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's get a bigger sheet of paper. We need some paper. Yes, we're good. Mary Alice says Amherst, Ohio. That is where Stamplistic is. Ohio. Stamplistic is in Amherst, Ohio. And Mary Alice knows because that's where we met and we did some shopping. Okay, so we're going to do 5 by 7. So I also need a 5 by 7 card base because I don't have those on hand. Judy B. Yeah, I showed it in a haul. I didn't actually use the cat. But I will this year. Because Christmas in July is a thing. And I'll be doing lots of Christmas in July videos. Yeah. So there. At least 10. So that I get my 10 Christmas cards in July. Chopper. So we're doing a 5 by 7. And since we cannot double the 7 into 14, we're going to do a 10 by 7 piece of paper. So we're going to go from 11 and a half down to 10. 10. Okay. And then by 7. Okay, and then we're going to fold on the 10 at the 5 to get our 5 by 7. And then I'm just going to cut a chunk of 5 by 7 off of this. Yes. No, we're going to 5 by 7. So we're going to go down to 5 and then 7. And there's our card panel, which we'll trim down again, okay? And then it also leaves this nice big piece. We can actually pull out 2 4 1/4 out of there because we're still beyond the 5 1/2. So we've got lots of good scraps to hang on to. Okay, so let's get this scary chopper out of the way. I don't like this chopper. I mean, it cuts really good. It's the arm that is scary because I feel like it's going to get me. It's going to get me. Okay. So, another thing to my my thing is, even though it says, you know, I got to use the pans. but I'm not limited to that. You're not, so if you're doing this, don't feel limited. We're using the wheel to pull in things that we wouldn't normally pull in together, okay? So even though I have all this, I can bring other brands in. I can bring other things in. I like to challenge myself, so I'll stay a little bit close, but I'll be pulling in inks and alcohol markers and everything else along with our pans. And because I use my metallics all the time, I'm actually not going to use them today. I am going to use my other pans of color, which, ooh, now that I think about that, let's grab, we won't discard this. We'll hang on to this. But I'm going to do watercolor paper so that we can get kind of grungy with the water. Okay. So we're going to pull out a nice big sheet of watercolor paper, and then we'll cut this down to the 5x7 after, okay? But let's get some colors going. Oh yeah, let's get some colors going. And let me look at what we have. We have our bear and we have this flower. The flower is going to be stamped very lightly in the background so that our bear just has some backgroundy stuff. And I'm feeling, so we have our bear and it's got some bees and stuff. Let's do some greenery. Can't go wrong with greenery. And then let's pull in some tropicals. Tropicals and greenery. That way there, it's kind of like, I'm feeling kind of like garden-esque, right? So if our bees were flying around, would they be attracted to this sheet of paper? Let's find out. Please hold. Dawn says, I have those dies, right? Okay. So here's our tropicals. We've got some beautiful colors in there. We've got some hibiscus, some peridot, and that. And then our terrain, we have some really rich colors. So we'll have those. Now, if you are a watercolor expert, don't judge me. Don't come at me. I'm going to do this how I feel like doing it because there's no rules. So you'll see that some watercolorists will actually spray the pans. I don't because I'm lazy. But I do want to move some of the water around, or some of the color around, so I'm going to get a brush. I wasn't prepared, so let me grab some clean water. Clean out my dirty cup. You all can talk amongst yourselves while I get some fresh water. Alright, that was easy peasy. I didn't have to go to the kitchen sink or anything because I have a bucket. I have a bucket that I dump old water in and it evaporates. And then I have a jug of water to refill. So there's my water. Okay. And we're just gonna we're just gonna have fun, you guys. Nothing too exciting. We're gonna debate. I think we're going to stamp and then I think we're gonna stamp this all over and then color it in-ish. I think that'll be more fun that way. We're gonna borrow the stamping wheel lid. We're gonna borrow the lid so we have some support. And then we're going to stamp it with Simon Hurley ink. We're going to stamp it with Wolf. Now, this will react with water. If you don't want it to react, don't use it. But I think it will be interesting. And if I don't like it, just redo it. Okay. Deja Poo! Hello, hello. Hello and goodbye. She's so sweet. She popping in just to say hello. I love it. And I'm not judgy. I'm not judgy. So we're going to plop that down. It doesn't need to be perfect. Okay. We're not going for perfection. We're just going to get texture. Okay. And we know that it may move and blend in a bit and be whateveries. We're going to put this one right here in the center. We're stamping on watercolor paper, so we got to give a little extra oomph. That one turned out pretty good. But yeah, this one is so pretty. It's so nice for backgroundy stuff. Cordelia, Cordelia. Plop that down. Ugh. All right, that one turned out much better too. We're just gonna fill this up because remember, we're gonna be cutting this into a section of 5x7, which then will also leave me room to do other stuff. Oops. I don't know what just got on there. That was weird. I think it's that stuff. Ugh. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. But we're going to flip and stamp right there, and then we're gonna fill in this little chunk right there because we can do whatever we want. Okay, there we have it. We have our light bit of that, and again, I used Woof. That's a light gray color. You can use whatever you like. Karaoke night on ECR's channel. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and squirt that one because I can, and then I'm gonna grab a little bit of purple because why not? And I'm just gonna, I don't want it, I'm gonna try and bring this down. So I've got a puddle of water and I'm dabbing the color in. And if I want it darker, okay, we just bring it in more. Okay. And we don't mind if there's puddles and things like that. We could do this however we want. And I'm just using some colors that I think the bees might enjoy, being out in nature-y, all that fun stuff. And we are going to be careful with our, this one's going to be nice. Ooh, look at that. We're going to be careful because some of our colors can lead to mud. Okay. Which is okay because, you know, mud is in nature. That's all right. Look at that. Just ooze on down. Ooze on down. Let's spread spread the joys of that. Let's let that run a little bit. This is a good way just to play around and see the movement of stuff. It doesn't have to be spectacular or anything like that. I'm just moving that water around. This is a nice different shade of that purpley goodness. I'm just going around. Pick whatever I like. This is the background, so I don't need it too vibrant, although I do need that to move a little. Look at that. I like streakies. We'll just move those around. And if we need it dry, you know, we'll just hit it with the dryer. Ooh, that's a nice color. Just gonna plop it in there. And I do want to be careful with my greens. I'm gonna let some of this dry a little bit before going into the greens. And you can use a bigger brush. You could use, oh, look at that purple. Ooh, just look at them blend, blendy blends. Get some blue in here, because why not? That blue into the reds to make some more purpley colors if we want. Look, that I love. That I love. Just come in. I want some more blue hanging out. I think we need some blue over here. Get some of that in there. We're going to come back in with this color there. Get it moving a little bit. Ooh, look it. Look at that. I really, ooh, there we go. There we go. Look it. Where's my heat tool? Ooh, we're going to heat some of that up. I love this centerpiece right there, and you can still see the stamp in there. I'll show that a little bit more here in a second. Red rubber, yes, red rubber. Love rubber soul. Janine, have a good night. Thanks for popping in, my friend. Hold on, my cord is being redonkulous here. It's all like twisted up. I don't know what the heckin' is going on. But I need it to behave a little. I don't know what the heckin' happened. It's so weird. Okay. Let's try this again. Wanted to hit this with a little bit of water. Get that running just a little bit more. There we go. Oops, there we go. Get it running down. If you feel like you've got too much water, you could dab it up with a towel. Okay, you could dab it up like so. Get that heat in there to dry it where you want it to be dry. I like this weirdness going on there. Okay, we're going to dry our little puddles because I don't actually want to dip into the colors. I just kind of want that middly part to stay. And then we'll finish decorating this up so we can chop it up. Look at that. So lovely. Okay, so we're going to add some color to the remaining areas. We're going to dab in a little bit of green. Oops, it just rolled right over that. And we'll just soften that up. Just like so. And then we'll throw in a little bit of green. Because, you know, our flowers have got to be on some trees. Get some greenery in there. Mixing up my greens. Although I feel like maybe I should have done more greens at the beginning, but you know, we can do it backwards. Nobody said I had to do it a specific way. Oh, that's a nice color. Okay, I like that. Oh, that's nice. That's nice right there. I like that too. Ooh, look at that. Tap some of that off, and I just stuck my brush up here, so let's add some more greenery. We're gonna get this over here, and then we're gonna grab some more of this one, kind of tone it down a little. Oh yeah, okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I was a little nervous. Sometimes that happens. You get an idea and then you think, oh, did my idea flub on me? But I think we're doing good. Like a little roadway right there. Look at that. Woo! I need to dry that. That looks really cool. Maddie, hello, hello. Okay, and I'm going to dry up this puddle just a little bit. So I don't want it too dark. Get the edges here. This, I'm loving this too. It's kind of a little veiny thing going on. But it's a little wet, so I'm just going to dry it. We're going to put a little bit of greenery in. My thing keeps running away. Put a little bit more greenery in right here. Add in maybe a little bit of this green. Come on. I need some green. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh. Kind of swirly. See if we can't get it to dry kind of swirly. That would be nice. Yeah, Outlander's not bad. My hubby watched Outlander. I didn't sit to watch it, but he was watching it like when I was doing my lives and stuff. And when I did see the episodes, they were pretty good. Okay, so let's throw in a little bit more of the purple and this red, because why not? Ooh, that one was rich. Hit it with a little bit of water. Okay, so I am gonna clean this up a little bit. We've got lots of really nice, interesting areas. That little bit of texture sitting in there from the what's his face. I just got to add a little bit more to this corner. Then I think I'll be done. I feel like I like this, but I feel like it needs a little shot of green through there. So we'll add a little bit of green in a minute, but we're gonna go ahead and add some color to this. And again, all I'm doing, okay, here's my pan. I shake the water. This thing is still sopping wet, okay? And then I'm just going in here, rolling my brush in it, sopping up as much color as I can, and then I'm just plopping it down, okay? Then I'm shaking my brush in the water. I'm not even really tapping the water off. And then I'm just grabbing more of that color. And then we're going to come to this other pan, and we're going to grab this blue. We're just going to roll that in there, and we're just going to plop it in there. Okay, and then we're going to do this with our sprayer and just get them kind of talking to each other. When you have a puddle, you can tap it off, wipe it up, grab it. Okay, and then I have this prettiness going on here, but I want to add some more of the blue. So I'm just going to put that in there. Get that rolling around. Okay, dab up some of that extra water like so, and then hit it with the dryer. And it doesn't matter if you have if you were using this all as one art piece, I would definitely go and put that brightness somewhere else. But I'm going to be chopping this into sections, so they're not even going to know that the whole sheet didn't have this brightness in there. So this one turned out to be kind of muted, but it is my background, so I'm not saddened by it at all. Okay. We're going to get that dried in there, and then we're going to double check, make sure we like it. I do want to add a little bit of greenery to the center, but we're going to use this nice bright one, and I'm going to let this green kind of trace in here a little bit and then back down so it looks more organic. And then we're going to hit it with that water. Oh yeah, look at that. Just so it looks a little bit more organic. I like that. Just kind of breaks up that century piece. We are going to add some more of the red over here. Let that run down that just a little bit. Oh, look at that. I love it when things just kind of work. Get that tapped off. A little too much water down there. Get that running again. I like that. I like it. I like it a lot. And then when we chop it, it's going to be really neat. Because I'm really digging like this area. So we'll get our 5x7 out of this, I think. This almost looks like a flower right there. That's kind of neat. Okay. And then I do want to add a little bit more brightness, I think, right here. Oops. And then a little bit of that purple right in there. And then we're going to hit a little less water this time. Come on. need you to run down. Just want to kind of, I don't know, this area I just felt needs more. Just needs more. There we go. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Oh, I'm starting to like this side more now. Thank you, thank you. So these are the Prima. I don't even know if they still make them. They're Prima Marketing Ink. They're just the different colors of pans. I got them on a clearance at Hobby Lobby. Okay, so we can set this aside and leave it to dry some more. I'm liking it. I think we'll cut our section out of this. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So on our wheel of names, wheel of names. No, we use the wheel of names to put our brands and stuff in. We have our stencil, which when we cut out our chunk, we'll go ahead and add our stencil in. Then we have our dies, which I thought we would use. And now I'm kind of wondering if I want to do that or if I want to use that embossing folder. You guys, and this is okay. You can change your mind, because once I add this and then put this on top, and then yeah, you know, I'm thinking I'm going to change my mind. Let me grab my book again. I'm going to grab my book again. Okay. I think we're going to emboss it and then go over it with the texture paste. Okay, so Cuttlebug, because I don't know, I think that would be really pretty in there. I think we're going to use this embossing folder right here. And I know the embossing folder is not 5x7, but we'll do it twice. We'll run it through twice, because it looks like a never-ending pattern. So I think we'll kind of get away with it, or doing two. You guys, I have an idea. Oh, an idea just hit me. Okay, I got to get this embossing folder. It's gonna maybe take me a minute because I don't know where it's at. Okay. Which one is that? Okay. Those are almost like it. Let's see. That's a Cuttlebug. That's got birds on it. That's a Cuttlebug. Come on. I'm like going through all these. It should be somewhere. Let's see. I know. Okay. Oh, look. We have a Cuttlebug bee. Here you are. Ooh, that is a bigger Cuttlebug plate, though. Okay, now... Ooh, okay. This one has bees on it, which would be really cute, but I'm not going to use it. We're going to use the one I saw because I have an idea. I have an idea that hit me, and we're going to do it. We're going to do my idea. Okay, I think I got it. We're going to use this Cuttlebug, Bees are really cute though. Bees are really cute. Okay. Okay. So, and we don't need a 5x7 sheet because we're gonna cut this down, but I need it to be in black. So I need to cut a piece of this down to fit in here. Okay, so we got our embossing folder. We're gonna get that into here. Speaking of, I don't even know what the cut pressure is for that. Let's, in my book, gonna check my book out. Embossing folders for Cuttlebug, C plate and Gemini thing. Okay. So we need a C plate and the Gemini white shim. We're going to mist our paper, okay, so that hopefully it doesn't crack and become a nuisance. We're going to send that through nice and snug as a bug in a cuddle bug. Ooh, okay. Ooh, look at it. We're going to use that. Get that out of here. I'm hoping this will look good. We're going to set that. Don't set it aside. Put it away. Let's put it away. That goes in there. That goes right here. And then we're going to use a little bit of triple berry. Triple berry. We're just gonna do some finger painting, you guys. We don't need it to be perfect. Well, you can have yours any way you want. I'm gonna go up and down and left and right. Okay, we're just gonna, I'm just highlighting up and down. Come here, you. That one's gonna be a little too much though. Left and right. Okay. Up and down. Again, too much. Left and right. Let me get these edges. Get those edges. Okay. I kind of like that. And I don't need this whole sheet, but I feel like I want to just color the whole dang thing. Up and down, left and right. Put a little bit too much there. And doing the finger application, okay, is going to put it on thinly. With it being on thinly, it's going to dry super quick. It's super easy cleanup, you guys. Water, wipe. Head to your local restroom and it does clean up pretty easy, you guys. Okay, so we have that. Let's clean this up just a little. Okay, so our 5x7, right? 5x7 size. Ooh, look at that. That is a 5x7 Cuttlebug thingy. Not really, because it's short, but I don't need it all. We're gonna do that with, oh, look at that. Yes, so what I'm gonna do is, like we did the other day with diagonals, we're going to diagonal cut some of this. We're gonna get this to a 5x7, and then I'm gonna rip it as a diagonal, and this is just gonna be kind of in here. let us cut this down with our Missouri Crunch. Okay, we're gonna, I don't know why that's not cutting. It did not like that. I didn't know, it didn't like it. Okay. And this is gonna go in here like so. Oh, I love that. Look at that. That's pretty just by itself. I just need to take a little bit off the bottom. So this is going to be on here. And even though I don't need this whole thing, I'm just going to use it because I'm not going to have a use for the other half. And then we're going to pop this on here. But I need to decide what I want on here, because we're going to kind of rip it at a diagonal so that we can see this gorgeousness up here. But I'm really liking this. So we're going to, will this fit in here? I don't even know. I don't even know, you guys. Yes, it barely fits in here. We're going to get our 5x7 out of this. But I want it up a little so I can rip it down this way or this way. Let me go above it. Okay. And then we're going to take a chunk off of the bottom. Let's see. That's going to go like so. That's going to be the top. So we can go, I want to make sure we have enough to play around with. Okay. And we're going to take a little bit off of this side. Like so. And because I didn't measure this piece, we're going to just shove this in here like so. And just kind of eyeball it, you guys. Eyeballing. Because that's what I do. Okay. Oh, look at that. Nice chunkity chunk. And we have this. We can make 4 1/4. We can make slim lines. I mean, we've got lots of little pieces left. But see, even though it may not look perfect as a whole, once you start chopping it up into little sections, I mean, look at that. Doesn't that look interesting? That would be a good slimline card. Or I could take this chunk out and have it be on a card all by itself. We could layer them up. We could do all sorts of stuff. So keep your little scraps and don't hesitate to cut out of the middle because you can still use the bits, okay? Okay, so this is going to go over this, which yay for me. But I want it to expose some of that. So we're going to this, I know it's hard, you guys, but you can do it. Just rip it. Okay, and I need that to be the top. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. Now here's another reason I can leave this, because if I lift this up on top of this, it'll just add to the coolness. And I think we're gonna foam this up on top, and it'll just be, oh look, I just love that. Look at that. Oh, that's so nice. But you could cut this across here and then just glue everything down. It could be like a little pocket. I mean, it could be anything that you want, you guys. Oh, I love that. And then our little bear can go right there. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Yeah. Okay, so let's get some foam tape. And then, but see, our little Stamplistic background stamp. And if you want it more, like this one here, I wished it was a little bit darker, but it's all good. It's all good. You could definitely stamp after the fact. Oops, let's use the fat one. We don't want to be all day here peeling tape. Peeling tape. Oh, I love that. You guys, sometimes just let your mind do the picking sometimes. Mindless things kind of just let other things happen. And if nothing happens, that's okay too. That's okay too. We don't always have to be on the know. You guys can follow along on my videos. You saw how I was dabbing and splashing. You're like, it looks gross and disgusting. And, you know, it may. And that's okay. You can let it dry and then add layers. Oh, we almost forgot to add a layer. We almost forgot our layer. We'll get that on here, though. It'll be all right. Okay. I need to make sure I don't muck this up. We need to get this on the edge here. Okay. Oh, yeah. Look at that. It's a little crooked, but that's okay. It wouldn't be mine if it wasn't a little bit crooked. We forgot our stencil because that is all that we have from Little Birdie. And we've got a lot of purples and whatnot. So let's go ahead and add some. Let's see if we can just, we're going to add an extra hint of something. So I'm going to go in with Rosy Cheeks. It's a little bit lighter, but I think it'll be fun. I need to clean my brush because it had Prom Queen on it last. Question, I sent customer her package and the tracking said was received, but she told me she never got it. If it said it was received, then she needs to contact the post office. Once it's mailed and the tracking, it's not up to you. It's up to the post office. She needs to contact the post office and tell them that, hey, it said it was delivered, but it wasn't delivered. Woo! Yeah! So we're going to pick 3 areas. I like to stencil in 3s, 1, 2, 3, and if I, nothing too heinous or hard to think about. Just 1, 2, 3, you guys. Look, we just added a little bit of that stencil in there. Yeah, that was yummy. That was needed. So there's our Little Birdie stencil. We have the one Stamplistic stamp. We have the Cuttlebug right there. And then we're coming in with this guy right here. He's a little dirty because, you know, how things happen. There we go. He's got his little paper on him. Okay. And you just peel your little paper. Maybe. Paper's being weird. It doesn't want to let go. We don't need you no more yet. Vacate. We're gonna get our I keep trying to throw things away. My garbage is covered. We're gonna get our little Misty. Misty, we need you. Yeah, because a lot of people will say, well, I didn't get it, and they be lying. They be lying. But yeah, if it says it was delivered, then the post office needs to know that it got delivered to the wrong place. Okay, I need a piece of scrap paper because we're going to fussy cut him out. But he's going to be an easy fussy cut, so that's going to be nice. Okay, so we're going to put this down. We're going to put that down. We're going to pick this up. And since I'm going to alcohol marker color this, we're going to grab our Memento, which is alcohol marker safe. Cordelia's got more video. Okay. I'm excited to stamp him. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. You guys ready for this? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at him. I do need to stamp a little bit more right there. Oh my gosh, you guys. Nope, I lied. That's kind of light too. That's why we have our stamping platform, so we can do this. Oh, look at him. Isn't he beautiful? Again, this is Stamplistic. He's absolutely gorgeous. Oh my goodness. They have a lot of beautiful stamps. A lot of beautiful stamps. It was hard choosing when we were there, but these are what I chose. I got the cat last year at a show, and then I got the carousels at the shop, the actual shoppity shop. Okay. We're going to get our alcohol markers out. And thank you for hanging out with me longer on Wheel of Brands and Names days. Sometimes those videos are a little bit longer, thus this video, because we got to hunt everything down. Okay. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. It's like perfect. He's going to go right there. Okay. So we're going to pull you guys down. Come see this. Look it. Okay, so let's do some honey coloring. Color these bees. Boop, boop, boop. Just a little bit of honey. Honey. Do our honey hive, because why not? Honey. These bees, so cute. Okay, we'll put that there. We're gonna come in for, quit pulling the wrong end. We're just gonna get some color in there. I might be doing a little bit too detailed, but I'm not really gonna care. So this might take some time to color, but it's gonna be fabulous. It's gonna be fabulous. Gonna add some yellow into the pole area. A little pole down there. Kind of want it to be kind of golden-y. I don't know if I'll achieve that, but we'll be close. Just add, I don't know. Just make it however we want, right? Oh, that's really light. That would work. Okay, so we got our pole done. Add some more bee color. Should probably color their heads. Poor little guys. Okay, and then we need like a light blue for their wings. We're going to leave a little bit of white in there just because it'll be interesting. So I didn't fully color that in. Let's do some berries because our bees like berries. Ooh, that's too dark though. I don't want it too dark. Okay. I'm going to pull both ends off because 10 to 1 I'll be dropping little dots and it'll be a mess. Well, they're not berries, they're flowers, but you know what? It's hard to tell, so there you have it. I don't know. We're dotting McDotterson. I do like the dotting method, I'm not going to lie. I think that's a greenery, and that'll be okay. When these are kind of fine detail, but you really can't tell what it is, you can get away with blopping. Just like blop, blop, blop that color in there. It'll be fine. Nobody will know. And then we'll get some green in there. Okay, just like so. And then, oh, we forgot the one on his head. So we'll get that one done. Actually, we're going to pull this down into these little guys here. Bring in that red a little bit. That's nice. That's nice. Come back in with that pink again. And it'll be slow going, you know, some of these, and maybe this is too detailed for you, but that's okay. You can use color pencils, you can use whatever you want. You can even like watercolor this vaguely and just put a lot of bright color in there and not actually follow the lines at all. It would be really pretty that way. And then we're going to pull this green down again. Do I want to? I feel like no. I feel like that needs to be like gold. We're going to put it in a gel pen and add some goldy bits. But we need to make our seat. So I'm just going to tap in the color really close to where the lines are. Okay. And you just tap in there. So you don't go over the lines or anything. We're just tap it in there. In these little small spaces. Okay. And remember that when you set your pen down, okay, the longer you hold it, it will wick out. So if you're not too gentle with your tippity tappities, it could wick out. So what I like to do is not at the line, almost to the line. You start adding that color and you kind of flick it in close. And then that way there it doesn't go over the line. I hope that makes sense. And if you're getting where it's light and dark, just keep going over it. Oops, see, that just leaked a little. Look at that. We'll clean that up. These markers, man, they like to be extra juicy. So if we look back here, we can see this void area right there. And then we can see that it's really light right there. That's just because the paper's not fully saturated. So you can saturate the color even more by doing, just adding. Okay, so that's our saddle. And then we've got drapery. That's probably a blanket underneath. And then our polar bear. Our polar bear's, he's white, right? He can either be a polar bear or whatever. I feel like he's a polar bear. But, and we'll use some grays to give him some texture and stuff. But we're going to go into, let's see. We've got some reds. I don't want it looking Christmassy, so I don't want to add too many. So let's add in some pink. Let's add in some more pink. That's a nice pink. We're just going to go into the centerpiece because I'm going to use a metallic to go around the edges. Okay, and then we'll just doing a little bit of a dot to fill in those teeny little spots. And feel like this is kind of like saddle material, so we're going to go ahead and again with this, and we're going to color this in like it's leather. The little mask, like so. There we go. Okay, yeah, I like that. And then we'll go ahead and make this saddle material too. So we're really going to saturate half of it. And then pull it. So we have a little bit of a lightness. And you can do that with your markers. If you only have one shade, go ahead in the area that you need to darken that up, and then go over it again. You know, I'm thinking we might bring in this dark red. Ooh, you guys, almost dropped that on there. To go under the saddle. I think that'll help our flowers pop. So we're gonna just, this material that's under the saddle, or the seating area. This pen, I don't like this pen. There's something wrong with this pen. And then we'll use a nice lighter color for the drapery part. Just tappity tap taps. Sometimes it's hard to see where things are going until you're laying down the color. It's a really rich color. I'm being very gentle with this pen because this pen is a gusher. It's a weird pen. This particular one, I think there's just something wrong with it. I don't know. It's a weird pen. Okay, so there's the material under that. Then we're gonna go, see, these artisan markers don't have a good selection of colors. Yeah, I don't like it. That'll work. We'll add a little bit of that darkness in there. There's like 2 red choices and they're so far apart from each other. It's kind of ridiculous. We'll just see if we can't change the color of this lighter red. Sometimes that's all you can do. If you don't have what you want, just make it. Oops. So we're going to add a little bit of that dark. Go in there and blend it out with the brighter color. And if you need it darker, you can just go back in. See, this pen is just an oozer pen. Got a little shadow in there. That looks good. That looks good. Go in there with some shadow again. Okay. It's actually not looking too shabby. And I'll show you, here is the, oops, sorry. Marianne! See how bright this red is? See, that's the brightness of the pen. And then we're going to tone it down just like we did here with the darkness. Okay, so we're going to just add that darkness. And we're just going to follow the dots and stuff that were laid there by the artist. And we're just going to pull that color around. There we go. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Okay. There we go. Get these caps back on. And then we're going to go gold. That's going to be like a see-through area. We're going to actually cut that chunk out. And then this, maybe both of those will be see-through areas. Because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut that chunk out and I'm going to cut that chunk out so we can actually see through it. And then we're going to plop a little bit of yellow in the center of these flowers. Well, not that flower because I done colored that up. And then we're going to use gold. Oh, we have this little piece under his chest that we're going into, because we're only using one shade of brown. We're going to tap this quite a bit. Nice full color. And then we're just going to pull it out to the other side so that we get that nice shadowy bit. There we go. Using just one color. It's not too bad. Gold, gold, bear. Okay, so now let's color our bear. I think he's looking pretty darn good. We're going to do some light peachy colors for this shadow because he's a white bear. He's out in the sun. Okay, so he's going to get some color into there. So I'm going to flick this almondy color in there. I'm not going to fill it in. And I don't want it like linear or anything. So I'm just going to plop it in kind of like little dots. And I'm going to drop this color right under everything. So if there's something above his fur, it's going to cast this little almondy colored shadow. Okay. But I'm not like tracing. I'm pulling little lines because he's furry, right? He's a furry little dude. So they're not going to be there's going to be specks in the color of the furs and stuff. So we don't want to color it in. And I'll show you here in just a second. But we're just going to flick those colors around. If we need them darker, we can go over it again. Pulling from the edge in. Follow that, follow that. Okay. That actually looks really nice. What color is this? I'll just go in again. See, drop in a few more. Another, and these are more spread out, just to drop in some extra color. We're not going over everything we just did. We're just adding an extra little bit. See, definitely not filled in. They're all little marks. Even the lighter color, all I was doing was going around the edge and dropping the color like that. Just kind of plop and pull around all of the edges, and then plop and pull around all of the other edges. So not perfect marks by any means. Oh, I should do his ear though. There we go. And then his eye maybe. Okay, so we're going to do gold, gold, gold. Before I do the gold, because it's a pen, a gel pen, we're going to go ahead and cut this out. That way there, when we go to use our gel pen, I'm not having to wait for it to dry and I accidentally get some gook in there. But before we cut, before we chop away all, hey, come here. we're going to cut out the center pieces. Look at me remembering to do something first. This one's got the new blade on it. We're going to go ahead and cut our pieces that are going to be see-through. A nice sharp knife. And you can color this in. I mean, you can make it part of the saddle, but I'm thinking it's going to be not part of the saddle. Thinking it's going to be cut out because that's how I want it. And it's being a little ridiculous. Apparently my knife is not as sharp as it should be. That's okay. It's kind of hard to cut out circles anyways, but we'll make do. Okay. Okay, so we've cut that out. Now, you do have this little bit of white area, and what you can do is you can take your marker, your black marker, and let me do this on the glass mat so I don't color my thingy. We're gonna put the black pen inside the opening and just let it touch the paper. So I'm actually not coloring on the paper. I'm using it kind of like a stencil, okay? So that way there, it colors in that area. Okay, see, I colored it like a stencil. So I put it in and I just let it touch the outer area. See that? And we just blackened in all of the white areas. And that'll come up with a little bit of alcohol, so don't worry about that. It's not going to ruin your glass mat. It will ruin your stick mat, so don't color on your stick mats. Jean, hello. Okay, so let's get to some fussy cutting. Some fussy cutting. And I'm going to leave a small amount of white. You could totally cut right up to the edge, but I'm not feeling that today. So we're just going to cut. Because if I cut right up to the line on this, the way they drew the bear, we would cut some of that fuzziness off. I hope that makes sense. So I want to leave some of that fuzziness. So I'm just going to cut a little thin border. You could definitely run this through your scan and cut. My scan and cut would be like, what are those little colored spots? And we're just gonna fussy cut our little bear. It's not too bad. Remember, when you're cutting, look where you want to be, not where you are. Just like driving, you don't look at the hood of your car or the space right in front of you. You look ahead. Okay, looking ahead will help those scissors direct exactly where you want them to go. And turn your paper, keep your hand steady, nice and easy. Slow and steady wins the race this time. And then round up. Oh, this is so cute. And another reason to being able to leave the little bit of white, you can, so this design has a little flying pattern for the bee. You could cut that off. There's no reason you have to keep it, but I think I'm gonna, just because it's kind of cute. Yep, look towards that ice cream shop. Definitely want to go there. It's been very rainy here, though. Rainy, rainy. And you definitely want nice, sharp scissors, okay? So if you're cutting and you go to turn the corner and the paper seems to rip instead of cut, you're going to need a different pair of scissors. So like right here, I'm going to turn kind of sharply and I'm barely closing my scissors. Now, if these were not a good pair of scissors, they would kind of rip the paper while they were turning. And you don't want that. You want that when you turn very sharply with your scissors. Oops, I just cut way too deep on that, but that's okay. I'm going to back it up and we're just going to leave that accidental cut right there. We don't want the paper to rip as we're turning these sharp corners. So that'll be helpful if you're frustrated and you're going around corners. It could just be that your scissors aren't sharp enough. Because not all scissors are created equal. Okay. Some are more sharp than others. Some are just meant for basic cutting, like straight lines and stuff. You need some good detail scissors. These ones are not bad. These are the Simon Says Stamps fussy cutting scissors. The one thing I don't like about them is this is so small. They're like little kid size. I wish the finger holes were bigger. Because, you know, there's some crafty guys out there I'm thinking are thinking the same thing. Why are all the scissor holes so tiny? You know, we're not all petite little crafters. Heck, my ring finger, or my pinky finger is a size 7, and that's a basic ring finger size. So if you go to the store, most women, they think wear a size 7, and mine's like 11 and 12. 10, 11, and 12 is what I wear, you guys. And yeah, it's kind of frustrating. Have to have rings custom made or ordered. So I don't buy a lot of rings. Just saying. But shoving a size 11 finger through, you know, this teeny little hole is kind of bleh. But they do a good job, so I like them for that. They do a good job. But pork chop finger people, they're like, Yep, people come in all sizes. Basically a hobbit. Oh, poor Jay. So I'm going to come in here with my X-Acto knife again and just kind of cut, like I said, a nice area. Come on, make sure that's all cut up. Okay. All right. So there's that. Okay, so there's our little bear, which, oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, I love that. Ooh, I love it, I love it. So, and you know what? We're going to go extra on this. We're going to pop him up too, because why the hecky not? Let's get our skinny foam tape. Skinny. This is going to be, this one's going to be one of those extra posted needed. We're going to drop that right through there. Got our thin tape for that. I don't know. Will that... We're going to just cut a teeny bit of this off and see if we can't get it Just sit across the top a little bit. Hey, there we go. Look at that. I love this 1/8 inch stuff. It's so nice, so nice. This one should probably work for the rest of it, though. We're going to plop that right across his there. And then get these little leggies. Leggies. Hey, no. That one can go there. Get that in there, and then get this leggy here. Okay, and then we're gonna get our thinner one for his feetsies. I don't even know. There we go. Just give him a little stability, a little bit of support. Probably doesn't need all this wonderful stuff, but that's how we roll. That's how we roll. Peel. My foam tape is from Amazon. Nothing spectacular. Yeah. So there you go. Boom. Boom. Yeah. Okay, and then we're going to put this here. Like so. And ta-da! Now this would be fun if we tore it down just a little bit more. It could be a pocket. So if you went to like the carousel park or whatever, you could put a photo of your adventure at the carousel park in there. What did I do with my card base? Oh, we didn't fold it yet. But there we have our project. Sorry, that black is really bugging me, but it is what it is. It'll probably mess it up if I try to. Fussy, you guys, sometimes it bothers me, and then other times it does not, but that is really bothering me. So we're going to take that off. That makes me happy. Let's see if this is probably not going to cut at all. I'm probably going to muck it up, but it's really bugging me. It's bugging me. That makes me happy. Okay, I'm happy. Sheesh. Oh, guys. Sometimes I wonder about me, but only sometimes. Only sometimes. We're going to pull out our scoring thingamabobbin, and we're going to try to remember where we put our scoring tool. And remember, our piece of paper is 10 by 7. We're going to score at the 5-inch mark. Maybe. Can we, please? I don't want to open this thing up just for a 5-inch. Oops. Flip and fold. Get that all crunchied up in the corner there. Put that back. Grab our little guy here and fold. Yeah, look at that. We have our 5 by 7 base. And something like this, you guys, it could be a... Oh, look at that. Oh, I love that. I think the bees would like that. I'm just saying. And because this is a little bit heavier, I'm going to go ahead and score tape this down. I just have a feeling it's going to need it. Plus, this is all embossed and stuff. So I would probably need extra glue. So we're just going to score tape this bad boy right down. Ow! Some sticky score tape. Okay. Peel. Peel. Okay, and then this, I'm going to peel, but flip it to the side. I'm going to try and give myself a little wiggle room. So the side pieces, we're going to flip out like little wingies. We could have done it to the top and bottom, but I think we'll be okay with just the two side pieces. And we're just going to kind of gently drop it so it doesn't actually stick down. And if it does stick down, we're going to twist it to the side. I'm not sure what's going on here. I think that's going to work. So we're going to press and then pull our wings. And there we have it, you guys. Our little impromptu card. Okay. And our wheel of brands and names. If you guys are following along and you don't have the same stuff I do, watercolor pans, if you don't have watercolor pans, then use your re-inkers, anything watercolory you could do, or just, you know, maybe a piece of paper that has the look of watercolor. I mean, we could do whatever we want. Mine said Cuttlebug, so I used a Cuttlebug embossing folder. If you don't have anything by Cuttlebug, just use an embossing folder that you like. And then I used a little bit of texture paste on mine to give it that little shiny shine. Okay. And then I used Stamplistic. So if you don't have anything by Stamplistic, just rummage through your stamps and use something you haven't used in a while. A nice big focal image, and then maybe a background stamp that you can stamp into your watercolor work. And then we also had Little Birdie, which is a stencil. Again, if you don't have Little Birdie, this particular stencil, okay, Tim Holtz has stencils like this. Like almost every company has something with blotchiness. Or you could use circles, you could do squares, you could do diamonds, hearts. Just a nice textury bit to add. And I just plopped it into 3 different areas for our stencil. But those were our parameters for the wheel of brands and materials. I thought it was going to be a little tough, but it worked out pretty good. It worked out pretty good. You lost me at Stamplistic. Yeah, it's the brand, the Stamplistic brand is just some beautiful stamps that I don't use near enough. I don't use it near enough. And they have some really detailed work. People showing, I mean, look at how they colored this bear. It just looks 3D. That's some just gorgeousness. So if you're not sure how to color it, you can definitely color along. I do like how they made the seat red and then the things. Oh, speaking of, now that we have this all done, one final touch. I need to find my metallic marker. Where's my gold? Gold, gold. Did gold get up and run away? If I was a gold pin, where would I go? It looks like I need a new metallic gold pin because mine is MIA. Let's see what this one looks like. I want it more gold. I want it more luxurious. Yep, there we go. Okay, we'll do this one. And gel pens, you want to use them very gently. Okay, you don't want to push too hard because that gel roller ball Okay, it's got to roll around. It's not like a regular pen. And if you're coloring in a big area, if you do teeny little circles, I feel it works a lot better than trying to do straight lines. So I'm just going to color that in. Our nice metallic marker. If you have a metallic marker, I mean, use what you have, you guys, by all means. This is what I have. Some Hobby Lobby gel pens that have actually lasted quite a while. So it's kind of nice. I like that. I like the goldness. I just wished it was more metallic-y, but that's okay. Again, nice and gentle. I like to do little swirlies. Trying to get it to color in, and then this card will be done. But I like to do the gel pen very last, kind of like enamel dots or, you know, pops of color, all that stuff. That way there, when it's all done, we can set it aside, because gel pens, they need time to dry because they're bad. I always stick my fingers in gel pens, so I've just tried to do that very last. So there's that. Again, don't push too hard. You don't want to leave lines. Unless you do. I mean it's a look, right? Okay. We're getting her done. And then that'll be it, my friends. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me. Again, next week on the 10th, we have special guest with us, Mr. J. Thomas. We're going to be using the new neon lunar paste. And I encourage you to come hang out. Even if you don't like pastes and stuff, we always have a good time. You guys have questions about solar paste? Yes, if you have questions about solar paste or lunar paste, write them down and then come hang out with us on the 10th, and we'll talk about that. And then next week is another Pattern Paper Monday. On the 15th, Debbie J is going to hang out with me on Pattern Paper Monday. So you'll get to see two people working on pattern paper stuff. But, and then this Saturday? No, next Saturday is Two Crafty Girls. Jay never said if he had two breakfasts. Oh, hobbits! Lunchies and dinneries. Do you have two breakfasts, Mr. J. Thomas? That's too funny. Yep. All right. I want to play on a Pattern Paper Monday. I'll message you, Miss Dawn. You come hang out with me on Pattern Paper Monday. But yeah, look it. We have Pattern Paper Monday all year. So if anybody would like to join me on Pattern Paper Monday, just let me know. But there it is, my friends. A nice, fun wheel of brands and names, and you can follow along, just kind of mush around things till it's your liking. I really love this little peekaboo area. It's so good. It's so yummy. We will see you next time right here on my channel, 7 p.m. Eastern every Monday and Wednesday, and a special second Saturday of the month with my friend Deborah, and we are two crafty girls on that tonight. Until then, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful crafty evening, and stay crafty. Stay crafty even when it's hard. Boo, when is Christmas card? They're coming. They're coming. I'm feeling so motivated this month. I'm really excited. I got some ideas for some Christmas cards. We're gonna have some videos, you guys. We're gonna have some videos. But until next time, I hope you have a great evening. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Thank you, Miss Cordelia. All right, let's logging off. And bye, Miss Pam. I don't know where Miss Pam went. She probably left. She's like, that girl is ignoring me.